8 months after declaring his retirement following UFC 287, Jorge Masvidal surprised fans with a tweet on Monday announcing that he is now officially unretired. The two-time UFC welterweight title challenger provided no further details beyond his brief message and did not immediately respond to requests for additional comments from MMA Fighting. In October of the previous year, Masvidal expressed his intention to transition to boxing after 2 decades in MMA. While Masvidal did not mention any specific opponents in his recent tweet, he did reveal to ESPN.com in October that he planned to return to competition this year. You know, we did hear Mike Perry express interest in a bare-knuckle fight against Masvidal, but the latter indicated a preference for gloved combat. Due to his extensive career in combat sports, Masvidal officially retired in April after a decisive loss to Gilbert Burns, marking his first consecutive setback since his unsuccessful bid for the UFC welterweight title against Kamaru Usman back at UFC 251. A rematch with Usman 9 months later ended in a brutal knockout at UFC 261. After retirement, Masvidal shifted his focus to promotion, becoming the face of bare-knuckle MMA named Gamebred. During an appearance on the MMA Hour in April, Masvidal hinted at a possible return to fighting, stating that it would require something crazy to lure him back into competition, emphasizing the need for the UFC's permission. Before his 4-fight losing streak, Masvidal gained stardom with 3 remarkable victories: a knockout of Darren Till, a record-setting flying knee knockout of Ben Askren, and a TKO stoppage of Nate Diaz to claim the inaugural BMF belt. I think that Jorge Masvidal is making a great decision coming back to combat sports because he is a household name in combat sports, not just in the UFC. Think about this. He could go any direction he wants. He could go to the BKFC and have a fight with Mike Perry where, you know, it is bare knuckle boxing, and that's where Jorge Masvidal started. He started doing these backyard fights with no gloves. Everybody would love to see him come back and have one more fight with no gloves where he originated, right? Or he could go to the UFC, and the UFC this year is going to have a huge freaking list of crazy cards, right? Conor McGregor's coming back during International Fight Week. John Jones is probably going to have his last fight ever in the UFC this year. So Jorge Masvidal could place himself in a fight in one of those cards and have a very successful year. If it's true that Jorge Masvidal is coming back into combat sports, where would you like to see him go? Would you like to see him go to the BKFC and have a huge fight in bare knuckle boxing against Mike Perry? Or would you guys like to see him go into the UFC and be placed in one of these huge cards that we await to see in 2024? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.